Welcome to the verse.
What is up, guys? Welcome to the Verse Crypto Channel, the most savage giant crypto channel out there. My name's Chaos Chris, and I'll be your host today. If we're up in this video, smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, and turn on bell notifications so we can keep you guys up to date with the latest, greatest news and information in this space. With that being said, let's hop right in this video. So, I got another awesome video for all you degenerates out there. We're going to be talking about a really cool project called Maximus. It's very similar to one of my other favorite projects, Hedron, but it has a few components that are very, very different. So today we're going to break down this project, talk a little bit about what's going on, also discuss how you can buy this token, and give you guys a little bit of an in-depth breakdown of the upcoming Pulsechain launch, because if you get into this token on the Ethereum blockchain, you will be eligible for an airdrop on the Pulsechain. So definitely stay tuned to the end of this video. We got the Pulsechain launch right around the corner, and I don't want you guys to miss out on some free, awesome crypto. So kind of starting this off, the main website to this project is linked tr.ee/Maximus DAO, and how they have this project set up is there's like a buy Maxi website chart. It's just basically all the websites and all the stuff you need comprised into one page. Now, one thing I will say is if you click Maximus in 5 minutes, it's just going to pop up the price of the token. I'm not sure if they were just doing that as a joke, because it's the same thing with the chart, but just want to kind of make that clear. But I'm sure they're probably trying to find some sort of video just to break down the project. So definitely want to keep you guys updated on that. You can also look at the Telegram, the charts, and then the main website. So if you click website right here, it brings you over to this page. Hold on, let me refresh real quick. Just checking it out a little bit earlier. Cool. So right when you hop on the website, it's going to give you the token address, and it gives you a nice little bit of a brief breakdown of how Maximus works overall. And so we're gonna go over this a little bit in the white paper. There's a website to the GitHub. You want to look at the code. There's Telegram, Twitter, and then keep in mind this project has been audited by Solidity and Interfi, so that's definitely a huge plus. I typically don't like to jump into projects that don't have audits, but sometimes you have to, because they have like an audit pending and they're trying to get to market to launch, to get around the hype or whatnot. But because this project has already been audited, it makes me a little bit extra bullish and a little bit more excited about the future prospects down the road. Now, they have a dashboard that talks about the treasury, and then we have a little button for the markets that brings you over to a deck screener UI interface of the website. So I kind of want to come over here. If you guys click white paper, let's take a little look at this white paper and try to really break down what this project is, because when you first read about it, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit confused, but it takes like a couple more read-throughs to really fully understand this project. But hopefully with this video, I can nail it in just one read through and we'll be good to go. So introducing Maximus. Maximus DAO is a smart contract that facilitates trustless pooling of a max length hex stake. To fully understand Maximus, you must first have a basic understanding of smart contracts and hex. If you're already familiar, feel free to skip the introduction. So the team does a really great job of briefly breaking down what a smart contract is, what are gas fees, what is hex, and all these other different components of the hex ecosystem. So I'm not going to read through every single one of these, because I know every single one of you guys can use Google, or you just come to this page and just read it, but I will come over to what is hex. And so this is kind of like the key to really understanding this project, and we do have videos on hex previously, so feel free to check out those videos before you watch this video. But hex is the first high interest certificate deposit, which rewards investors who lock up or stake their holdings for a period of time. When you start a new stake, you burn your hex and receive shares, or T shares, in return. Each day at midnight, every single share occurs interest in hex. the more shares you have, the more interest you receive. When a stake ends, you are able to claim your principal investment plus the interest earned. So pretty much we all know what Hex is. The idea is, you know, you buy this token, you lock it up for a certain amount of time, and based off of that period of lockup, you're going to get a certain amount of interest paid out to you at the end of your stake. Now, the big idea with Hex is the fact that it has done insane numbers these past 2 years, and I think we did like a 10,000x, a little bit over. It took like a little bit over a year to do a 10,000x, and Hex has developed a really, really great community. And so what's really cool is there's a lot of projects that are trying to find added utility behind Hex, and Maximus is just one of them. So the other thing I'll talk about is the length of the stake. So the maximum amount of time you can stake Hex is 5,555 days. Huge meme, 5555, or 15.2 years. And the benefit to staking this long is to maximize the amount of T-shares you get to do longer pays, better bonus, and maximize the amount of time you earn yield. The trade-off is that you're locking your funds up for a very long time with no access to your gains until the stake ends. So it's basically like a traditional certificate deposit, except this one's better. It's on the blockchain, and you're also getting a really, really high ROI based off of your stake length. So it's pretty freaking awesome. Now, coming down here, so after kind of just going through each of those sections, basically what Maximus is it's a DAO. So Maximus DAO is a smart contract that facilitates trustless pooling of a max length Hex stake. So basically what Maximus is they're building a secondary market on top of the entire Hex stake. And it basically adds these really cool features where you know, you can actually like use these Maximus tokens to basically go out to the market and purchase things, and it's based off of a Hex stake that happens within the first 14 days. But we'll talk about in a minute. So basically how this works is 100% of the Maxi token supply is generated during a one-time 14-day mint phase, where anyone may choose to mint one Maxi per Hex pledged to the Maximus contract. Once the mint phase ends, the smart contract will execute a single 5,555-day stake with all the Hex used to mint Maxi. Once the stake has ended, users may redeem their portion of Hex stake principal and earned interest. So the idea is using your Hex stake, you can basically mint these Maxi tokens, and then your Hex is just going to go into a 5,555 stake, and you can use these Maxi tokens to go and transact on the market, and the Maxi token is going to have a value, and by owning this Maxi token, you're going to still own a huge piece of this Hex stake. So it's a little bit confusing, but just stick with me for a minute, okay? So let's just talk about the benefits of Maximus. Now, there's instant liquidity. As mentioned previously, when you stake your Hex, you can't access those funds until the stake ends without paying a penalty. But what if you absolutely need to, or maybe you would like to cash in or somehow of your earned interest to buy something that you want? So the big problem with Hex is, like, you know, you lock up your tokens, and what increases the price is this concept of delayed gratification. People are less likely to go and sell their Hex. They want to keep locking it up and keep pushing the price up, because you're going to get some really nice interest through that stake through the T-shirt. Now, what Maximus was doing was they were looking at this project, and they're like, okay, so we got a bunch of Hex locked up. How can we find a way where you can like buy or sell those like Hex stakes and also keep it in a stake at the same time? And that's what basically Maximus is. Now, kind of scrolling down, Maximus gives you optionality. So let's say you minted Maxi, and it's year 5 of the Maximus 15.2 year max length stake. If you had staked on your own due to the early end stake penalty, you would be able to withdraw $0 of your funds. But with Maximus, you're able to sell Maxi now or 5 years more of interest on decentralized exchanges. So that's kind of like the golden nugget. The idea is, you know, if you're going to trade in your stake for these Maximus coins, and while your stake is still going on with the Maxi stake, you can basically take your share, go out into the market and trade, take payouts for whatnot, and basically earn your returns on your stake. So the idea is you can basically get yourself paid out without having to end that hex stake right away. And so it's a really cool concept. It's very similar to Hedron, who's developing a secondary market on top of Hex. Now, maximum yield. If everyone who understood T-shares had the ability, they would choose to stake their Hex for 5,555 days to maximize the amount of T-shares they get and to maximize the amount of time their T-shares earn interest. Many choose not to because they can't or don't want to log up their funds for that long. Maximus provides maximum yield of a 5,555 day stake without the trade-off of locking up your funds for 15.2 years. So when you first get into Hex, majority of the new guys, they only like to do maybe like a 6 month to a year stake. They don't want to put their money in there for like 10 to 15 years and not have the option to get it back out, nor do they want to do an emergency end stake. Now, what Maxi does is, they already have like, the Hex locked up in the stake, and they're issuing like a new coin on top of this Hex stake as a secondary market. And so it allows you to reap the benefits of those interest rates from a 15-year or 5,555 stake, and basically allows you to transact in the crypto market. And to be honest, this is actually an absolute genius way to approach crypto. And I would not be surprised if you see more and more projects use this same concept pop up all across the Pulsechain ecosystem right after it launches. Now, here's something that's really cool, and it has to go into the gas fee savings. So, while a 5,555 day stake earns the most interest per Hex stake, it also costs the most to gas to end. The contract must loop over each day to calculate the interest to mint, costing about 2,300 gas units per day staked. In 555 days, when ending the stake at a current price, that's roughly almost 1 Ethereum of gas fees per person ending the max stake length. This drastically hinders new users with balances under $1,000 to utilize Hex as a high growth savings product because gas fees are charged per transaction and are not based on the value of the transaction. So that's straight facts. Basically, there's a lot of components behind the gas fees, but the Ethereum gas fees have been absolutely bananas. I mean, I remember I took out a 1-year Hex stake when I was trying to figure out what the project was, and the gas fees were absolutely bonkers. And so that's the whole point of implementing the Pulsechain. Now, the one thing I will say is, like, everyone viewing this project, they're like, all right, we got Pulsechain right around the corner, so why do we care about gas fees? Well, the one thing I will say is with the Ethereum blockchain, Ethereum's not going away. Hex is still going to live on the Ethereum blockchain. There's going to be 2 versions of Hex. It's going to be multi-chain and all that stuff. And so, using this really unique concept of gas fee savings, where you can basically save a bunch of money on gas fees by doing like this combined stake going out into the future, would be absolutely great for the community and also for small wallet holders. Now, when Maximus gets copied over to the Pulsechain, the gas fees isn't going to be a really great solution, or it's not going to really be needed on the Pulsechain, but they still give you the opportunity to transact with their native token while also tying it to a Hex stake on the Pulsechain. So there's definitely a lot of cool stuff behind that. And also remember, every single one of your Hex stakes are going to get copied from the Ethereum blockchain to the Pulsechain. So the market utility behind Maxi. So Maxi will be an ERC20. So you will be able to use it like any other token on the market, meaning while your Maxi is earning Hex interest from the Max Link stake, you can also put your Maxi to work with other opportunities like yield farming or as a liquidity provider or decentralized exchanges being backed by staked Hex. Maxi is also very strong collateral to extend credit upon. So this is kind of like, the big kahuna, like the big enchilada behind the utility of this token. If you can have a token that that's basically backed by a portion of a Hex stake, and you can use that to go yield farm or be a liquidity provider, or even go and transact on decentralized exchanges, you're basically increasing your assets, or you're basically doubling your assets and also doubling your spending power. So this gives you more opportunity to be be a participant across the Pulsechain ecosystem, and also increases the chances that you can grow your wealth during this huge, what I'm calling it, the Pulsechain ecosystem boom of 2022. So this token will be absolutely vital and can definitely be used to back up your hex that's staked into hex.com. Now, the tokenomics, due to its fixed supply and maximum yield earning treasury backing, the maxi intrinsic value measured in hex will always go up. By how much will be determined by the daily T-share payout from hex. So the treasury value would equal the amount of hex redeemable per maxi when the max length stake ends. Market value, the price of maxi on decentralized exchanges. The market value set on exchanges may vary widely from the treasury value, cycling between at a discount and premium to the underlying hex. Below is a chart showing what the relationship between those values could look like over the period of time of the max length stake. So, the idea is, all this is getting staked, and then you have those maxi coins already minted, and it's going to be like a finite value maxi coins. And so you're going to see it go up and down, up and down. But overall, the treasury value is going to increase over time because of the 555 stake and the amount of hex and interest you're going to get that is going to be built up over time. So you're going to have some dips and troughs and whatnot, but overall, it's just going to go up and to the right based off of the market mechanics and the mathematics behind this secondary market. So kind of just coming back here, if you guys go to the link tree and then click chart, it's going to pop up the DEX right here. Not the DEX, excuse me, the DEX screener. And, the proof is in the pudding, man. So when the mint kind of went live, we were sitting at about 12 cents. Here, let's see if we can increase this a little bit. Yeah. So we're sitting at about 12 cents. We had a little bit of a dip down to 11 cents. And so from that low, we started going on a nice little ride up to about 20 cents. And so if we do this and just bring it up. Yeah, so we're basically sitting at an 87% increase. And then from the all-time high, we had about a little bit of a 2.5x. So not really bad since it's only been out for about since April. So it's been out for about a month now. So it's not too bad so far. And you can definitely see that, hex is designed to go up and to the right. And the market mechanics is showing the same concept that was in that white paper. And so we're having a little bit of a dip. There's always going to be upsides and then sell-offs, upsides and sell-offs. Now, kind of going on to the future, we're actually in a bear market right now. Well, that's the claim. And so typically during bear markets, hex does really, really, really well. And so one thing I will say is because Maxi is tied into a hex LP pool, definitely expect that if the price of hex goes up, we're going to see the price of this token go absolutely bananas. And so since it's tied so closely to hex, it's going to do the same exact market mechanics, and it's going to go up and to the right. So definitely keep your eyes out for that. And for those guys who did not get into the Maximus minting within those first 14 days, you can actually come over here and click buy Maxi. And it's going to bring up an exchange. It's matcha.xyz. And you can actually go in here and swap your hex for Maxi if you're interested. It's definitely a great option. I've never used this before, so we'll probably do another video going over this. But in case you guys want to purchase this token, you do have the option to do this on this website. It'll go straight to your wallet, and it's going to be an ERC20. So kind of just going back to the main website. Overall, this is a really cool project. You're building a secondary market, and you're finding ways to basically have ownership in a hex stake, but also have the ability to go and transact across the blockchain. And this is something I've always preached on my past videos when it comes to anything hex, is that you're going to see a lot of projects try to build secondary markets and find really cool ways where you can maintain your hex stake but still transact on other blockchains or on the Pulsechain or whatnot. So overall, it's a very new concept. Hedron's doing something very similar, except they're going to really utilize the NFT hex stakes as a way to transact and sell to people. So that's going to be pretty cool. And then this one is just building off of a 555 hex stake. So overall, I'm very bullish on this project. I can't wait to see how it performs in the bear market, and we're going to continue to keep you guys up to date with anything going on in this project. I think we're going to do another video on how to purchase this token for those guys who did not get in on this project. So with that being said, guys, that's it for the video. Definitely smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, and leave a comment down below. Let us know what you guys think about Maximus, and let us know if you think this is going to be a good project going on into the future, and if it's going to be a good project to be invested in on the